And now, how to change your life in 7 steps.
Introduction. The trouble with aiming for the stars is that you can easily end up in the gutter. Don't get me wrong, I love the idea of aiming high, I really do. But I know from my own life that big ideas can often lead to a big fat nothing. That's because big can be scary. For many of us, just the thought of starting a new course, changing jobs, or moving house is enough of a challenge. Doing it is another story. So how do all those other people do it? How do they get things done and make it look easy in the process? The answer is they think small. I'm not saying they don't have grand plans, they do. But instead of thinking about the end result, they set themselves modest targets, targets they can achieve easily. I call it starting with 3%. If you're sitting there wondering how to measure 3%, don't bother. I use the term 3% because it's a way of describing your first goal, a goal that you feel pretty sure of achieving. By sticking to it and building up slowly, you will move towards your goal. It's all about not setting yourself up to fail by taking on too much. A friend and I once decided that we would write a book about Britain in the Victorian age. We put our heads together and spent a lot of time talking about it. We got very excited. We kept talking about the book. But those talks did not include breaking it down into chapters. That was our first mistake. Instead, we kept planning and replanning it, obsessed by our grand vision. Not long ago, I went into my loft and found the book that my friend and I wrote some 25 years ago. I was really surprised at how good parts of it were. It could have really been something. But because we wanted to start with 100%, we ended up with nothing. Quite often, the people who succeed are not even aware of their final goal. Once, when I was about 22 and on the run from the police, I got a job selling magazines to the public. It was a student magazine, or at least it was sold by people who said they were students. I had to go to this little basement flat and buy magazines from a young bloke who had started the magazine and had people selling it all over London. It was a great idea. The magazine was good, very good. The young bloke was keen, kind, and very smart.